This is KHQ, your local news leader.
From the Q6 Digital Newsroom, Dan Kleckner, Stephanie Vigil, Brian Albrecht's accurate fast alert weather, and John Fritz with sports. It's time for KHQ Local News at 5.
By all accounts, it was a large fire, a fire that destroyed a Main Street hardware store and left a huge hole in the middle of one of Washington's rural communities. Good evening, I'm Dan Kleckner.
And I'm Stephanie Vigil. Fast Alert Map Tracker shows you the fire broke out on Main Street in the town of Tonasket. KHQ local news reporter Teresa Reardon was there and brings us this report.
The fire has been smoldering here all night long, and you can see behind me here in downtown Tonasket, it still smolders throughout the day as firefighters remain on the scene. Now, this fire wiping out the local hardware store, but this isn't just any store. It's a store that's been serving this community since the early 1900s. It was just after 8 p.m. on Easter Sunday when the fire broke out. Flames captured in these photos took only minutes to destroy a store that's been a fixture in Tonasket for nearly a century.
The fire started somewhere either on the main floor or in the basement, and everything was burning in there, and then the roof caught on fire and it caved in. Jim
Rice is a lieutenant with the Tonasket Fire Department, but he's a police officer in the small town as well and was patrolling the area when the fire broke out. Rice says he didn't see a soul near the building.
Matter of fact, I run from down there where I parked my car back to the front to make sure the front of the store was secure.
While the cause remains under investigation, Rice says one thing is certain: the longtime hardware store, one of the oldest buildings in town, will be missed.
A lot of people do their trade here.
People like Dick Roberts, who drives down from the Canadian border on a regular basis to stock up on hardware supplies.
They had about everything you'd ever want there.
On this day, Roberts is leaving with nothing. His favorite hardware store now a burned out shell. For Roberts and many others, the hope is that the reliable old store will rise from the ashes. The sooner, the better.
There's several hundred people that's going to have to make a few extra trips now to get what they want in Omak or Horville.
And even though crews have been on the scene all night and throughout the day here in Tonasket, more of the real work starts now. Backhoes have been brought in. They need to dig into the rubble in this building to get down, get those flames out, the stuff that's still smoldering, and more importantly, get to the cause of this fire. Reporting in Tonasket, Teresa Reardon, KHQ Local News.
Eastern Washington town is destroyed, a business that's been serving residents in the Okanagan Valley for decades. Map Tracker shows you what happened in Tonasket overnight. KHQ Local News reporter Teresa Reardon was on the scene today and spoke with the owner of the store about his plans for the future.
The fire burned pretty hot. You can see it's still smoldering here hours after it broke out. Lots of flammable material, as you can imagine, in a hardware store. You can see the fire destroyed everything, but that's not stopping the owner. He says he's going to pick up the pieces and reopen the store as soon as he can. The Easter evening fire ripped through the 80-year-old building, which was the longtime home of Lee Frank's Mercantile and more recently the Ace Hardware store. Dave Kester bought the store in 1996 and serves customers from all over the area. He doesn't know what caused the fire, but tells us 15 people are without work. However, Kester says he plans to rebuild and in the meantime is looking for a temporary location to do business.
It's disappointing, you know, especially when you come through slow times in the winter and then you're ready to really kick things in gear in the spring. We got the farm sale that we kick off the 1st of April every year, and as I was telling the guy from the paper, you know, stuff the flyers, we're going to keep going.
Now, to add some insult to injury, Dave Kester, the owner of the store here, tells us that just before this fire broke out, he had completed a remodel inside the store to make things easier for customers to get around and find what they were looking for. When he rebuilds, he says he hopes to have it in just as good a shape. Reporting in Tonasket, Teresa Reardon, KHQ Local News.